There we go. There we go. Nola, you just sitting here watching me speak to myself? There we go. We're good now. All right. So the first thing we're going to talk about today, guys, is Beto O'Rourke and his now uh, epic speech to win over all the American citizens, guys. I'm going to let you guys hear this and get your opinion on what you guys think on this. So let's go ahead and start it.
If the high impact, high velocity round, when it hits your body, shreds everything inside of your body because it was designed to do that so that you would bleed to death on a battlefield and not be able to get up and kill one of our soldiers. When we see that being used against children, and in Odessa, I met the mother of a 15-year-old girl who was shot by an AR-15, and that mother watched her bleed to death over the course of an hour because so many other people were shot by that AR-15 in Odessa and Midland. There weren't enough ambulances to get to them in time. Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore. The high impact, high velocity round, when it hits your body, shreds everything inside of your body because it was designed to do that so that you would bleed to death on a battlefield and not be able to get up and kill one of our soldiers. When we see that being used against children, and in Odessa, I met the mother of a 15-year-old girl who was shot by an AR-15, and that mother watched her bleed to death over the course of an hour because so many other people were shot by that AR-15 in Odessa and Midland. There weren't enough ambulances to get to them in time. Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore.
So I watched this, and I also seen that SAE Ecstasy Prez put a video, or not a video, he commented on this as well. And so many people are saying, oh, well, somehow you wanting to, stick to your Second Amendment and keep your guns and not giving up your rights, so you're somehow advocating for uh, dead children or violence. Um, I think we did a discussion on this a while back where we discussed that even in, I think it was Japan or Korea, one, I don't know, it was in Asia, but they removed the guns, and that's their choice to do so. They removed the guns, and yet still, uh, 24 people were injured and are dead due to a knife attack. Uh, one knife attack. That's all it was. A man went into a, a place where they had a mentally ill patients, um, people who suffered from diseases, and they pretty
You went
much
full retard, man. Never go full retard.
yeah, they went for a retard. But what they did is they removed the guns, so now there's no sound. I'm sorry, I'm fixing my things. They removed the guns. The guy ended up killing 24 people regardless with a knife. He just switched from a gun to a knife. That's all it is. Let me go ahead and hype up myself a little bit more, guys. I'm just really out of it today. I've been busy. But what's your opinion on that? What do you think about Beto basically making that statement that he is going to go ahead and take away your guns, that he is going to violate your Second Amendment right, that he is going to go ahead and make sure that you are held as a criminal just for owning a weapon that you've never used on anybody? What is your thought? What is your thought process? And you can go ahead and leave a comment in the community page. That would be awesome. So that way you can go ahead and see exactly what everybody thinks. Another thing that I wanted to discuss today are just a few other videos that I saw recently. Um, of course, we're going to talk about cops today. We usually bring in a cop story. But this one has actually already been discussed, and we're going to go ahead and share that discussion with you guys today. and that's by another video by Audit the Audit. And again, I don't like all his videos, but again, I still like hearing an opinion that doesn't seem biased. So, some of his videos, again, I think his grading system is the only thing I had a disagreement with. Other than that, seems like a good guy. So let's go ahead and listen to this, and we're only going to play a few minutes of it, and you'll get the gist of what's going on. I'm not going to play the entire video. You can always go ahead and check out his video and give him the views. So we'll go ahead and hit play.
Welcome to Audit the Audit, where we sort out the who and what and the right and wrong of police interactions. This episode covers majority age laws, abduction, and abuse of authority, and comes to us from the Chronicle Telegram's channel. Be sure to check out the description below and give them the credit that they deserve. Let's dive right in and audit the interaction. On April 16, 2018, Officer John Kovac of the Lorain Police Department in Lorain, Ohio, was parked near a West 34th Street residence following a dispute with his estranged daughter, Caitlin Kovac. Officer Kovac traced his daughter's laptop to the residence after she refused to respond to his attempts to talk. Officer Kovac did not approve of his daughter's boyfriend, 18-year-old Mackay Coleman, which prompted Caitlin to leave her home and cut off communication with her father. After staking out the residence for an unspecified amount of time, Officer Kovac spots Mr. Coleman's silver Pontiac and decides to stop the vehicle.
So we're going to start this off with bad cops, guys. I just want you guys to start this off, and then we can go ahead and go on to other things that aren't so bad. Or maybe just as bad.
You can get out. You're going to jail. Get out. Have a seat in my car. We'll make it up as we go.
It was later determined that this traffic stop was unwarranted and illegal, but this phrase foreshadows Officer Kovac's conduct and the nature of the entire incident. It is clear from this statement alone that Officer Kovac has a personal stake in this interaction, and even if he did have a valid reason for stopping Mr. Coleman, he should have radioed for a colleague to handle the stop. Officer Kovac is emotionally charged and not in the proper state of mind to carry out his duties. This statement is a testament to Officer Kovac's willingness to use his authority to exact revenge and carry out a personal attack on Mr. Coleman.
Any guns, knives, weed on you? What's that?
Obviously.
Go ahead and get smart before I can do something to you, even more.
121 and 124.
I'm playing with you. Have a seat.
25 Overland.
34 Ashland. I tell you get out of the car? Did I tell you get out of the car?
11 round at post 12. Bill's advising a white female in a blue Jeep, threatening them with a gun. She's in a Ford Focus, maroon. She also called an intended threatener, so she did show him it. She has a 1015 permit.
Your dad know my daughter's in your house?
My dad?
Yeah. Or is your ma there?
We'll double check and make sure she has that 1015. In regards to that CCW permit, we're going to need a birthday for her.
I really like how...
Off camera, Officer Kovac approaches...
Hold on, buddy. I really like how during this whole interaction where he's abusing his authority, you know, his make-believe authority, that over the radio, you can hear an actual call coming through of an actual emergency. I don't know if you guys go ahead.
She also called in and said she's pregnant, so she did.
Obviously. Go ahead and get smart before I can do something to you even more.
121 and 124.
I think I'm playing with you. Have a seat.
25 Overland.
34 Ashland. I tell you get out of the car? Did I tell you get out of the car?
On a road that's Los Toros. Bill's advising a white female in a blue Jeep, threatening them with a gun. She's in a Ford Focus, maroon. She also called in and said she's pregnant, so she did show it. She has a 1015 permit.
Your dad know my daughter's in your house?
My dad?
Yeah. Or is your ma there?
Yeah, so on this one, you can hear that on the radio, man was waving a gun at a lady in a Ford Focus. Yeah, he's worried about, his grown daughter hanging out with her boyfriend at the time. That makes no sense to me. Let's fast forward it a little bit. Let's get to the gist of it, right? So he starts making threats, and eventually goes up to the house where this man resides at, and makes an idle threat, basically saying, he's going to come in the house and arrest the lady if his daughter's inside the house, which isn't against the law for his daughter to be in the house. What's up, bullshit news? Thank you, thank you. It's not illegal for his daughter to be in the house, again, only if she was held there against her will and there was an actual kidnapping. But, she's 18, she's a grown person, she's living her life. And, the lady who owned the house, you good? Okay. Yeah, the lady who owned the house, the owners of the house, she even said, you can come into the house and, you can look, she's not here. And proceeds to make threats towards her, basically saying, well, your daughter's going to get a ticket because she didn't have a seatbelt anyway. So, you're going to get a ticket for that. You're going to have to pay for it. So he's in his feelings. He's not working in the color of law. He's working on the color of emotions. Let me go ahead and start.
Oh, you did.
Yes, I did.
You can plead not guilty and you can go to court then.
I had my seatbelt
Go
on.
back in your house.
No, I don't have to go to my house.
Oh, you do.
It's also going to look very interesting when we go to court and I write that ticket. How I'm going to tell the judge that you came to my house. You asked
You're being
me, can
disorderly.
you search?
Would you like to go to jail?
You're making this
You're being
personal.
disorderly.
How am I being disorderly?
She wasn't wearing a
Because
seatbelt.
I was wearing my seatbelt. How am I
That's
being
right.
disorderly? You're making this personal. You want to ticket my daughter because you think your daughter is in my
No,
house.
she wasn't
But
wearing a seatbelt.
whatever is going in your personal
It's on
life,
video.
You shouldn't take it with the uniform.
It's on video.
Okay? It is personal.
It's on
Because
video.
You see, when you accuse me of your daughter
You're being
in my
disorderly.
house,
Would you like to?
How am I being disorderly?
I'm trying to conduct an investigation. You're obstructing me. You're obstructing me.
For your daughter, and you're using police time.
You're
using
obstructing
the
me.
time.
This is your last warning.
I'm going to call 911.
How you doing, Rika? Yeah, guys.
Call 911. I am
So let's call 911.
Call 911. You're going to jail.
So I love that part where pretty much he got trapped there, right? So he's already done all the violations, everything he could do to violate this whole family. And, you stop the boyfriend because, he's dating your daughter and your daughter doesn't want to be around you because she thinks you're a horrible person. Oh my gosh, I wonder why. You're going to give the daughter, of the other family a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt. Probably wasn't, who knows, but she says she wasn't, or was. You are threatening the mother with arrest because you want to search her home and say if his daughter is in there, you're going to go ahead and give her, you're going to take her to jail because your daughter was in there. And then when the lady goes and calls you out on your bullshit and says, okay, I'm going to call the police. I'm going to call 911, right? you then start to do the stutter, the shuffle, the take it back, right? And you start to think, well, no, you can't. Nope, you're not going to do it. And I want y'all to hear that again. Hold on. Just listen to the panic in his voice and how it changed from, you're gonna go to jail, and still it still is at that level, but you can hear for a brief second his butthole pucker just right there.
I'm going to call 911 because you're
Call 911. I am
confused.
Right there.
Call 911. You're going to jail.
Because I'm calling 911. It is my right to
No,
call
this is not an emergency.
You're using the department time to look for your daughter.
No, I'm not. Well, I'm alive.
It seems like an emergency to me. I feel like the man in the back seat of the police car was kidnapped. I feel like the family is now being threatened with additional kidnapping. I feel like, the passenger in the car is being threatened with false charges and kidnapping. And I feel like this is an emergency. I feel like it is. So I might have to call 911 because this person here is threatening me with kidnapping, although there are no crimes. And it's on his own volition. You're not working under the color of law anymore. You're working under the color of emotions. And emotions cannot do law.
How to?
Here, Officer Kovac essentially admits that he is using his authority to pursue his daughter and punish her boyfriend and friends for aiding her. Miss Morales understands the officer's intentions and decides to call 911. After realizing that his actions could result in his colleagues arriving on the scene.
So I'm gonna end it here. This is at it was around 8 minutes. I'm gonna end it here. You're gonna have to figure out the rest, okay? This is Audit the Audit, okay? I'm not gonna go ahead and
To Audit the Audit.
tell y'all any more about this story, but great channel, check it out. Again, there's some videos that I disagree with, there's some videos I do agree with, and I think that's a good balance. I can't agree with everything fully. Again, there's some things that I disagree that even auditors should not be doing, which leads us to our next video, okay? Our next video, and let's go ahead and get that set up, is a disappointment in my eyes. Actually, not really, because I didn't watch the guy in the first place. There's been one video that I was aware of him, even though I don't watch his videos. Only heard about it because it was being shared multiple times, which was News Now Patrick. And there's a reason why I don't watch his videos, is because of certain situations and certain live streams which he was quick enough to delete and not have mirrored. I'm not going to mention those because, again, there's no proof of them. So that would be just a blank allegation. But everybody knows Patrick's voice. Everybody knows exactly what's going on in this video. And if you haven't heard of it or seen it yet, you'll see what I mean. Because, in my opinion, some people just go full retard.
You went full retard, man.
So let's go ahead and start it.
Shalom Hala, sir. Oh God, there's a lot of sirs down there. Hey guys. 50, 50. Police are coming.
I don't give a fuck.
The police are
I
coming.
know the safest place.
Police are coming. Shalom Hala. Shalom Hala. Shalom Hala. Shalom Hala. I'm calling 911.
That guy got up like he was gonna do something.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
He did. You see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I mean, they sleeping on the sidewalk we pay for with our damn tax money.
And Paul, I agree with you. I agree. Right? And that's why I tell people all the time, I had an individual ask me a while back, what do I think about when people mirror videos? And I say, I think it is necessary. 100% do it. And if you're worried about someone doing a copyright strike on you or a claim on you, make sure you have something in the video that is edited. My camera being on the top, top right of the screen, and the background means this video is now officially edited. This is now my property. I have edited this video. Okay? It is good to always mirror a video and add your commentary for fair use. Okay? We are trying to go ahead and say we want accountability, but here we have an auditor who's there for accountability purposefully harassing homeless people who are trying to sleep, yelling out Shala Mihala. The police are coming 5050 while they're trying to sleep, and they're saying, just leave me alone, go away. You know what you do at that point? You walk away. They're homeless, man. They literally have nothing. It's different, in my opinion, if you're doing this business and or even the church or whatever, and you can film the homeless, but in this point of view right here, you're bothering people. You're purposely making yourself a nuisance, making noise, being loud, saying the police are coming, going up to it's going to cause an issue. There's a difference between filming and not expecting the issue or not expecting anything and not, yeah, Rika, they'll probably get me for no reason. There's a difference between, having a legitimate reaction to you trying to have a day out there holding people accountable. That's fine. But whenever you go around and you purposefully jump into people's faces and make statements that are just ridiculous, right? And let's play, and I'll commentate while this goes on.
Shala Mihala.
Shala Mihala. Stupid, man.
Come with me.
You hear him laughing? He thinks it's hilarious. She's just woke up. What's going on? Someone's filming me.
You ain't gonna take enough any of your Get out of here! Get out of here! Both of y'all! Both of y'all! Get out of here! Get out of here!
Is it your property?
It's your property?
Yes, it is.
It's our.
For about my tax dollars.
No, it's not. I take fucking tax dollars.
Do you?
No, man.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
I think I do.
I don't think you do. I don't think you pay taxes. I don't think you pay taxes. And then he's going to make this stupid comment here. Ready for it?
All right, sales tax doesn't count.
Sales tax doesn't count. Sales tax doesn't count. Sales tax doesn't count. Okay. So anytime you go into another city or another state and you don't live there, okay, I want to make sure that you don't just buy something or you actually own property. That's the statement that you just made. Right? So anytime you want to go film someplace and the cops are getting paid by that city fund, right, you can no longer go there. Oh yeah, Paul, I know it's SGV's comment. I just think it sounds stupid coming out of his mouth. And, I'm usually willing to forgive, but this is just a low where you purposely go out to antagonize a homeless person or homeless people. When you purposely do that. And I say that because I try so hard to help homeless people, and I find it very disgusting, the least. I find it disgusting for a person who has people donating money to him, who donate money to him, unbeknownst to his actions, right? Because he's quick enough to remove those, videos where he's doing something bad, right? So if sales tax doesn't count, you can no longer go into any place you do not live, based on your own logic. Don't go ahead and back down from your own logic. Stick to your guns. Don't go traveling anywhere and try and do an audit. Because according to you, those sales tax do not pay those officers. Stick to your own morals. Go ahead. I don't want to see you auditing anywhere other than where you live. That makes no sense. For you to make those statements, it's ridiculous to another citizen out there. And just like I saw in the comments, it's like you want to hold cops accountable for terrorizing citizens, and then what do? You go out there and terrorize citizens. That doesn't make you anything. You're a tyrant yourself. You're a self-proclaimed auditor who's a tyrant. Congratulations, you played yourself. And I'm glad somebody finally caught, was quick enough to actually mirror your video. And I knew it. I knew it. I knew it would happen one day. Because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to fish for his videos to go ahead and find it. But I knew for a fact that one day it's going to happen because he's just not, I don't think he's all right in the head. So for you to go ahead and purposefully antagonize homeless people, just think about that. If you are to lose all your subscribers who donate money to you, all right, and you are unable to get a job, you are stuck and stranded somewhere, and now you're homeless, guess what? You're going to want to hope that somebody gives a lending hand to you and doesn't antagonize you while you're sleeping on concrete. You think that's comfortable for them? You think they're the happiest people in the world? Do you think those people are knowledgeable of any of the laws out there? They probably are. I know they're smart enough that the man over here in the bright shirt, he was smart enough not to touch anybody. That's fine. He knows. He just wanted to get you out of the way because you're making a problem. And I find it disgusting. I find you lower than dirt right now.
What you talking about?
What do you do for the state?
None of your business.
If you work for the state, you're obligated by policy to identify.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. I don't know you. I pay taxes too.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you pay a lot of pennies.
Whatever. You is disturbing us. Y'all bothering us. We're not bothering you.
Shut up.
Go away. Go away.
I don't have to go anywhere.
Go away.
You don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to go anywhere.
You need it. Go away.
Shalom hala.
Man, no way.
Shalom hala.
And you're just sitting there, these people who are trying to sleep. Lady got her sleeping bag there, and you're just sitting here yelling in her face, Shalom hala. That's what you're doing. You see them trying to sleep. Why? If you filmed from a distance and said nothing, this probably would have been a lot less worse than what you're doing now. If you just filmed a person, it doesn't matter if they're in public, that's fine. But you're over here purposely being a nuisance to them. You're purposely yelling as they're trying to sleep, yelling out Shalom hala, yelling out the popo coming. Oh, you don't pay taxes. Sales tax don't count. You're just being an asshole. You're not sticking up for your rights. You're just over here being an asshole.
Hala.
Go away. You need to grow up. All y'all need to grow
I think it's fucking.
You got drugs?
Pisses me off.
You got drugs?
No, I don't do drugs. I work at one state.
And then ask if that person, is on drugs, does drugs. Another disrespectful type of comment to make, hey, you on drugs, you do drugs, you da-da-da. Not all homeless people do drugs, but they need to be on medication. Some of them, right? Some of them are just don't have enough water, enough fluids, or enough, nutrients to go ahead and think straight. But that's what you do. You like to go out there and pick on homeless people. Great. You're a great guy, right?
You don't do drugs and you work for the state.
Yes?
Why are you living outside?
Why you living outside? Why you all up in my business, dude?
I'm over here.
Yeah. You, right there.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Nothing? I ain't gonna do anything.
We're just gonna sit here and videotape you.
Hey, do you wanna...
It'd be good. There's a lot of people looking at that video.
What y'all do? I don't like ugly. That's all I
A lot of people.
You want some money?
Everyone in the state's
What I
gonna
need
see
your
you on the
money
internet.
for? What I need your money for? what? It's allowed you don't supposed to be feminine or take me. I'm responsible too because you are bothering me.
I'm just walking.
I'm
just walking.
You are bothering me.
Hey, you don't want to do that, man.
Go.
It's causing me.
Oh, we got a crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
We got a
You're
crazy.
gonna be in a lot more hurt. You pull a weapon out, you're gonna even be in more hurt.
I think my light just went out.
That's the way you gotta wait on first. Now go, guys, please.
You're a nutcase. You're a nut.
What is your name? What is your name?
What are you gonna do?
What is your name?
Bye.
And
No,
your
just let him
body-
pay.
Oh, guys, my lights just went out.
It was the breaker, babe.
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm live streaming still. Just don't touch anything. I'll flip back on in a minute. Hold on, guys.
Did that do it?
No, don't touch anything.
Well, it wasn't the whole house. It was just this part of that part of the.
Because I flipped the switch. It's still, camera's still on.
I don't know which part of it goes to the bath. It's our bathroom and our bedroom. It's I flipped the breaker because I was blown out of my hair. So we can do the AC. So when the diagram tells you what goes to what? Why don't you just stop your screen for now?
It's paused right now. All right, guys. We're going to have to stop the stream for a minute. We got a power outage here. So I'm going to have to go ahead and start things up again in a few. I'm going to stop the stream right now, and we'll start back up in like another 5 minutes. I'll be right back.